Antarctica has always been a land shrouded in mystery, a place at the bottom of the world where the veil of ice conceals truths older than civilization itself. Stretching across a frozen expanse twice the size of Australia, the continent is often depicted as barren and lifeless, a desolate wasteland with nothing but blizzards and penguins. Yet beneath the deceptive simplicity of its surface, Antarctica holds secrets so profound and unsettling that they challenge everything we think we know about human history, the evolution of civilizations, and even the origins of humanity itself. For centuries, explorers, governments, and scientists have ventured into this icy wilderness, only to return with whispers of discoveries too unbelievable to share publicly. What is hidden beneath the ice? Why do the world's most powerful nations maintain a strange silence about this continent? And why has Antarctica become the subject of countless conspiracies, forbidden histories, and theories about a lost world buried in plain sight? The story of Antarctica's lost world begins with the ancient maps, the ones that should not exist, yet do. The Piri Reis map, drawn in 1513 by an Ottoman admiral, is one of the most controversial pieces of evidence in this puzzle. Despite being created centuries before the modern exploration of Antarctica, the map appears to depict its coastline free of ice, showing mountains, rivers, and contours that modern surveys have only recently confirmed using satellite radar. The question arises: how could someone in the early 16th century have such detailed knowledge of a landmass supposedly undiscovered and uncharted? Some argue that this is evidence of a forgotten civilization, one that existed long before recorded history and had the ability to map the world with precision that rivals our own. Others suggest that the knowledge may have been passed down from survivors of a cataclysmic event, a lost people whose cities now lie entombed beneath miles of ice. As modern science advances, radar imaging has revealed geological structures beneath Antarctica's thick ice sheets, some of which appear to be artificial. Strange pyramid-like mountains rise from the frozen landscape, sparking debates about whether they are merely natural formations or remnants of an ancient civilization buried under glacial ice for millennia. Some explorers and researchers claim that these structures bear uncanny resemblance to the pyramids of Egypt or Mesoamerica, raising the provocative possibility that there may once have been a global culture connected across continents long before mainstream history acknowledges such a thing. The alignment of these Antarctic pyramids with celestial bodies has only fueled the speculation further, leading some to believe that they were intentionally constructed to mirror constellations, just as the Great Pyramid of Giza aligns with Orion's belt. But perhaps the greatest mystery of all lies beneath the ice. Subglacial lakes, sealed off from the surface for millions of years, harbor microbial life forms that have never seen the light of day. Lake Vostok, one of the largest of these hidden bodies of water, has remained isolated under 2 miles of ice for over 15 million years. When Russian scientists drilled into its depths, they reported the discovery of microbial life unlike anything else on Earth, organisms capable of surviving in extreme conditions that resemble those of other planets and moons in our solar system. If life can thrive in such inhospitable conditions, what else might exist down there? Could there be remnants of ancient ecosystems, or perhaps even evidence of advanced beings who once called Antarctica home before it was swallowed by ice? Whispers circulate that not all findings from Lake Vostok have been made public, with some suggesting that objects or structures were found beneath the water that could not be explained away as natural. The strangeness does not end there. In 1946, the United States launched Operation Highjump, one of the largest Antarctic expeditions in history, involving thousands of troops, aircraft, and naval vessels. Officially, the mission was described as a training exercise and scientific survey, but the scale and secrecy of the operation have long puzzled researchers. Conspiracies abound that Admiral Richard E. Byrd, the commander of the mission, encountered something extraordinary during the expedition. Some sources claim that Byrd spoke of a new enemy that could fly from pole to pole with incredible speed, a statement that has been interpreted as a reference to unidentified flying objects or even advanced civilizations hidden beneath the ice. Operation Highjump was abruptly cut short, and to this day, the true nature of what was discovered remains clouded in secrecy. Adding to the intrigue is the Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 by dozens of countries, which declared the continent a demilitarized zone dedicated solely to peaceful scientific research. While on the surface this seems noble, some question why the world's superpowers, so often in conflict elsewhere, suddenly agreed to cooperate over Antarctica. Why would nations that fought bitterly during the Cold War unanimously decide to lock down this frozen continent, forbidding any military presence and tightly controlling access? Critics suggest that the treaty may serve not only to protect the fragile ecosystem but also to prevent the public from learning about what truly lies beneath the ice. Satellite images are often blurred or censored, and access to many areas is restricted even to researchers. Such secrecy only fuels speculation that Antarctica hides forbidden history too explosive to reveal. There are also legends that speak of an entrance to a hollow earth located in Antarctica, a gateway into vast underground realms where advanced beings may dwell. Though dismissed by mainstream science as pseudoscience, the idea of vast caverns and subterranean worlds has persisted across cultures and centuries. From Norse mythology's tales of hidden lands to indigenous accounts of underworlds beneath the earth, the notion of civilizations existing below our feet has always stirred human imagination. Could Antarctica be the modern key to this age-old myth? Strange magnetic anomalies and unexplained gravitational fluctuations detected over certain regions suggest that something unusual indeed lies below, whether massive caverns, hidden lakes, or perhaps even artificial structures. What makes Antarctica's forbidden history even more compelling is the convergence of ancient myths and modern discoveries. Legends of Atlantis, the advanced civilization said to have sunk beneath the sea, have been linked by some theorists to Antarctica. They argue that shifting continental plates and catastrophic pole shifts may have displaced an ancient civilization toward the southern pole, burying its cities under ice. If such a civilization did exist, its remnants may still be frozen in time beneath Antarctica's glaciers, waiting for technology or a great thaw to reveal them. Satellite imagery has already revealed what some interpret as massive, perfectly geometric structures deep within the ice, fueling speculation that the remnants of this lost world are real and simply hidden from view. The mystery deepens further when we consider the unusual interest that global elites and world leaders have shown in Antarctica. Figures ranging from politicians to religious leaders have visited the continent under the guise of scientific curiosity, but their reasons for traveling to such a remote and inhospitable place remain unclear. Rumors swirl that secret briefings and restricted tours reveal hidden truths to those in power, truths that remain carefully concealed from the general public. The secrecy surrounding such visits only stokes the fires of speculation that Antarctica is not what we are told, but rather the keeper of forbidden knowledge. Meanwhile, climate change threatens to lift the veil of ice, and as glaciers retreat, more of Antarctica's secrets may emerge. Already, strange anomalies such as massive cavities beneath ice shelves and mysterious radar reflections suggest that we are only beginning to scratch the surface of what lies hidden. If the ice continues to melt, humanity may soon be forced to confront a history it has long denied, a history that could reshape our understanding of the past and our place in the universe. What if Antarctica is not merely a frozen wasteland but the tomb of an ancient world, a repository of technologies and knowledge lost to time? What if the answers to our greatest mysteries, about human origins, advanced civilizations, or even extraterrestrial contact, are buried there? The story of Antarctica's lost world is ultimately a reminder of how little we truly know. For all our satellites, radars, and scientific expeditions, the vast majority of the continent remains unexplored, hidden beneath miles of ice that guard their secrets fiercely. The possibility of forbidden history is not mere fantasy but a testament to the resilience of mysteries in an age of information. Whether one believes in lost civilizations, hidden technologies, or secret treaties, the fact remains that Antarctica holds more than it reveals, and those who control its access seem intent on keeping it that way. The allure of Antarctica lies not only in what has been discovered but also in what remains concealed. Perhaps one day, the ice will yield its secrets, revealing ruins of cities that predate history, technologies beyond our comprehension, or life forms that challenge the very definition of biology. Until then, we are left with fragments. The ancient maps, the radar images, the whispered reports of explorers and scientists who saw too much, and the global silence that surrounds them. These fragments paint a picture of a world lost to ice, a forbidden history too dangerous to acknowledge openly, and a continent that may hold the greatest revelation humanity has yet to face. As we continue to gaze upon Antarctica's endless expanse of white, we are forced to ask ourselves whether it is truly a land of emptiness or a vault of forgotten history. Perhaps the greatest irony is that the very ice that hides its secrets also preserves them, keeping them intact for a time when humanity is ready, or desperate enough, to confront the truth. Until then, Antarctica will remain a symbol of mystery and possibility, a reminder that our world is far older, stranger, and more complex than the histories we are taught. It is a land of silence that speaks volumes, a place where myths and science collide, and a forbidden world that waits beneath the ice for those brave enough to seek it. The first clue that Antarctica may have a forbidden past comes from the strange existence of ancient maps that depict the continent as if it were not covered in ice. The most famous of these is the Piri-Reis map, drawn in 1513 by an Ottoman admiral. While the official discovery of Antarctica occurred only in 1820, the map appears to show its coastline free of glaciers, with surprising detail of bays, mountains, and rivers. Modern satellite scans and geological surveys suggest that this portrayal is uncannily accurate, particularly when comparing it with computer reconstructions of what the land would look like without ice. How could such knowledge have existed centuries before? Supporters of conventional history argue it may have been copied from older maps, themselves passed down from ancient cultures. But skeptics believe this is evidence of an advanced seafaring civilization that explored the globe long before recorded history, perhaps tens of thousands of years ago. If such a civilization once existed, it may have had the capacity to chart Antarctica when it was ice-free, which would push back human technological achievements by an astonishing measure. This unexplained cartographic knowledge remains one of the most baffling mysteries of the frozen continent. Strange geometric shapes rising from the icy landscape of Antarctica have further fueled theories of a lost civilization. Several pyramid-like mountains have been photographed and studied, and while mainstream geologists insist they are natural formations shaped by weathering, others believe their striking symmetry suggests artificial construction. Images show triangular peaks with nearly perfect angles, resembling the pyramids of Egypt or Central America. The resemblance is so strong that some researchers speculate these structures could be remnants of a prehistoric global culture that spanned continents. The idea that such a civilization aligned its monuments with stars or celestial events is often raised, as some of the Antarctic pyramids appear to line up in patterns reminiscent of Orion's belt. If true, this would suggest not only advanced architectural ability but also astronomical knowledge far beyond what is attributed to early humans. Skeptics argue that humans never lived in Antarctica in such eras, but climate studies reveal that the continent was once much warmer, possibly supporting vegetation, animals, and even human settlement. The thought that vast stone monuments, hidden beneath glaciers for millennia, might someday be revealed as proof of an ancient advanced society continues to captivate researchers and conspiracy theorists alike. One of the most intriguing and scientifically verified mysteries of Antarctica lies beneath its ice sheets, the hidden subglacial lakes. These lakes, sealed off from the surface for millions of years, are isolated ecosystems that could hold life forms unseen anywhere else on Earth. The most famous is Lake Vostok, buried under 2 miles of ice. When Russian scientists managed to drill into its waters, they claimed to have discovered microbial organisms unlike any found elsewhere, capable of surviving in complete darkness under immense pressure. While official reports focus on microbes, rumors suggest the scientists encountered anomalies they were not permitted to disclose: structures, unusual fossils, or even evidence of advanced technology beneath the water. The secrecy surrounding their findings has only heightened speculation. Some theorists believe these lakes could contain remnants of ancient civilizations that thrived before Antarctica froze over. Others suggest they might serve as bases for non-human intelligences, hidden away from the world. If extraterrestrial visitors ever came to Earth, subglacial lakes would be perfect sanctuaries, protected from detection. The idea that these lakes harbor secrets beyond biology is what keeps them at the center of Antarctica's most forbidden and mysterious narratives. The story of Antarctica's forbidden history cannot be told without mentioning Operation Highjump, one of the largest military expeditions ever mounted in the frozen South. In 1946, the United States dispatched thousands of troops, aircraft, and ships to Antarctica under the command of Admiral Richard E. Byrd. Officially, the mission was a scientific survey and training exercise, but the scale of resources deployed suggests a deeper purpose. According to some accounts, Byrd reported encountering craft that could fly at incredible speeds, moving from pole to pole with ease. This statement has been widely interpreted as a reference to unidentified flying objects, suggesting that advanced technology was hidden within Antarctica. Operation Highjump was abruptly cut short after only a few months, further fueling speculation that the mission uncovered something unexpected and potentially dangerous. Conspiracy theorists suggest that the U.S. military may have encountered remnants of an advanced civilization, a secret Nazi base, or even non-human entities dwelling beneath the ice. While mainstream history dismisses these ideas, the mystery of why such a massive mission was suddenly ended remains unsolved. Operation Highjump continues to be cited as a turning point in the hidden history of Antarctica. Another puzzle that keeps the enigma of Antarctica alive is the Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 by a coalition of nations during a time when Cold War tensions should have prevented such cooperation. The treaty bans military activity and commercial exploitation, declaring the continent reserved for peaceful scientific research. While on the surface this seems admirable, skeptics question why rival superpowers were so eager to cooperate in this particular region. Some suggest the treaty was designed not just to protect the environment, but to keep prying eyes away from whatever lies beneath the ice. Access to certain areas is heavily restricted, with permits difficult to obtain and travel closely monitored. Satellite imagery of Antarctica is often blurred or altered, sparking further suspicion. Why is the world's most desolate continent guarded with such secrecy? Could the treaty be part of a global agreement to suppress forbidden history, to conceal ruins, artifacts, or technologies that would disrupt the accepted narrative of human civilization? The unusual unanimity among nations suggests that Antarctica may hold something so profound that its revelation would alter our understanding of the world forever. Antarctica has also been linked to the long-standing myth of Hollow Earth, the belief that vast caverns or even entire realms exist beneath the surface of our planet. While mainstream science rejects such notions, strange anomalies detected in Antarctica keep the theory alive. Magnetic fluctuations, unexplained gravitational irregularities, and satellite images hint at massive voids beneath the ice. Some believe these could be enormous underground chambers, possibly housing remnants of lost civilizations or even advanced beings who retreated there thousands of years ago. Legends across cultures, from Norse myths of hidden worlds to indigenous tales of underground realms, speak of life beneath the earth, suggesting that the idea is deeply rooted in human imagination. Antarctica, with its extreme inaccessibility and uncharted depths, is the perfect candidate for such a hidden world. Explorers and whistleblowers have claimed knowledge of vast subterranean tunnels that connect Antarctica to other parts of the globe, raising the possibility that the continent is a gateway to a much larger mystery. Whether symbolic or literal, the idea of Hollow Earth adds yet another layer of intrigue to the frozen continent. The legend of Atlantis, the fabled advanced civilization that vanished beneath the waves, has also been tied to Antarctica. Some theorists argue that shifting poles and tectonic activity may have displaced Atlantis toward the southern hemisphere, burying it under ice. Geological evidence indicates that Antarctica was once far warmer, with lush forests and thriving ecosystems, raising the possibility that it could have supported advanced human settlement in ancient times. If so, the sudden onset of glaciation could have obliterated an entire civilization, preserving its ruins beneath the ice. The resemblance between supposed Antarctic structures and monuments found elsewhere on Earth adds weight to this theory. Satellite scans have revealed massive geometric patterns beneath the ice that some interpret as remnants of cities, roads, or other artificial constructions. If Atlantis, or a similar culture, did indeed exist in Antarctica, it would rewrite the history of humanity, proving that advanced societies predated what we now consider the dawn of civilization. The connection between Atlantis and Antarctica remains speculative, but the parallels between myth and modern discovery are difficult to dismiss. Modern scientific equipment has detected strange anomalies across Antarctica that defy easy explanation. Certain regions exhibit unusual magnetic readings, suggesting either massive deposits of unknown metals or the presence of artificial structures beneath the ice. Gravity measurements have also revealed vast cavities, some the size of entire cities, hidden under the glaciers. While scientists attribute these to natural geological formations, alternative thinkers argue they may be remnants of long-forgotten civilizations or even bases built by advanced beings. These anomalies are often found in areas where access is restricted, raising questions about whether governments know more than they admit. The Wilkes Land anomaly, for example, is a massive structure buried beneath miles of ice, larger than some of the world's biggest cities. Its regular shape and sheer size have made it one of the most tantalizing mysteries of Antarctica. Whether natural or artificial, Such anomalies remind us that the continent still hides secrets beneath its frozen shield, secrets that could fundamentally alter our understanding of Earth's history. The strange attention paid to Antarctica by global elites and religious figures has only fueled speculation. Over the years, high-ranking officials, wealthy magnates, and even religious leaders such as the Pope have made unusual visits to the continent. These are not typical tourist excursions but highly controlled trips, often shrouded in secrecy. Why would such individuals, many of whom have little background in science or exploration, take an interest in one of the most inhospitable regions on Earth? Some theorists suggest these visits are connected to hidden discoveries known only to a select few, perhaps relics of ancient civilizations or even evidence of extraterrestrial contact. The possibility that world leaders are being briefed on secrets buried beneath Antarctica, while the public remains unaware, strikes at the heart of conspiracy theories about forbidden knowledge. The fact that these visits are rarely publicized until after the fact, and often lack detailed explanations, has only deepened the suspicion that Antarctica is more than just a frozen desert. It is a vault of secrets accessible only to the powerful. One of the strongest pieces of circumstantial evidence supporting the notion of secrecy is the apparent manipulation of satellite imagery and radar scans of Antarctica. Researchers who analyze public images often find blurred or censored regions, as if specific areas are intentionally hidden. Google Earth, which offers detailed views of nearly every corner of the planet, frequently shows distorted or obscured patches in Antarctica, sparking debates over what is being concealed. Some claim to have spotted enormous openings, massive structures, or geometric shapes before they were later covered up in updated imagery. While governments argue this is due to technical limitations or glitches, skeptics believe it is a deliberate attempt to keep forbidden history from being exposed. The concealment of radar data also adds to the mystery, as certain surveys that once hinted at artificial structures or vast voids beneath the ice are no longer available to the public. This selective release of information raises the question: if there is nothing to hide, why hide anything at all? Adding another dimension to Antarctica's mystery is the theory that the continent may have connections to extraterrestrial beings or non-human intelligences. The remote, isolated nature of the land makes it an ideal location for a hidden base, far from prying human eyes. Sightings of unidentified flying objects near the poles, along with reports from military expeditions like Operation Highjump, have fueled the belief that Antarctica may harbor alien activity. Some conspiracy theories even claim that advanced technologies found beneath the ice are of extraterrestrial origin, remnants of ancient contact between humanity and visitors from the stars. If true, this would explain why the Antarctic Treaty restricts access so strictly, as disclosure of such information would shatter our current worldview. Mainstream science scoffs at these claims, but the persistence of UFO sightings and unexplained phenomena in polar regions ensures that speculation continues. Whether myth or reality, the idea of Antarctica as a hub for extraterrestrial presence is one of the most provocative aspects of its forbidden history. As the climate warms and Antarctica's ice sheets begin to melt, more of the hidden land beneath is revealed. Already, scientists have documented massive cavities in glaciers, newly exposed mountain ranges, and strange formations that defy easy explanation. Each year, satellites capture fresh evidence of features that may have been concealed for thousands of years. While mainstream reports emphasize the dangers of rising sea levels, some researchers suggest that melting ice may also uncover long-hidden ruins, artifacts, or landscapes that tell a different story of Earth's past. The thought that a city, temple, or ancient technology might be revealed as glaciers retreat adds urgency to the debate about Antarctica's forbidden history. For now, these revelations are sporadic and fragmented, but as the pace of melting accelerates, it is likely that humanity will be forced to confront the truth about what lies beneath the ice. The possibility that climate change could expose the lost world of Antarctica is one of the most tantalizing and terrifying prospects of the 21st century. Over the years, a number of explorers, scientists, and even military personnel have hinted at discoveries in Antarctica that were never made public. Whistleblowers claim to have seen massive underground complexes, artificial structures, or even ancient relics hidden beneath the ice. Some speak of classified missions where technology beyond current human capabilities was recovered, only to be suppressed by governments. These accounts are difficult to verify, often dismissed as fantasy or exaggeration, yet they persist across decades and cultures. The fact that many whistleblowers describe similar themes, hidden structures, advanced technology, and suppressed discoveries, suggests that there may be more truth to their claims than mainstream authorities admit. Skeptics argue that such stories feed into conspiracy culture, but history shows that forbidden knowledge has often been kept from the public for political or religious reasons. If even a fraction of these testimonies are true, then Antarctica may hold secrets so powerful that they are deliberately hidden to prevent chaos or upheaval. The possibility that Antarctica serves as a repository of forbidden history and lost technology is one of the most compelling theories. If civilizations existed there before the continent froze, their ruins may still lie beneath the glaciers, perfectly preserved in the cold. Advanced tools, energy systems, or even records of forgotten knowledge could be waiting to be discovered. Some theorists suggest that world powers already possess fragments of this technology, recovered in secret expeditions, and that it has influenced modern scientific breakthroughs. The secrecy of the Antarctic Treaty and restricted access policies may not just protect the environment but safeguard these discoveries from falling into the wrong hands, or from reshaping human society too suddenly. The concept of lost technology resonates deeply because it suggests that humanity has not only forgotten its past but is actively prevented from reclaiming it. If Antarctica does contain such a repository, it would represent one of the most significant discoveries in history, forever altering our understanding of human potential. The final and perhaps most unsettling idea about Antarctica's lost world is that humanity is simply not ready to know the truth. Whether the secrets buried beneath the ice involve lost civilizations, extraterrestrial contact, or technologies far beyond our current understanding, revealing them could destabilize religions, governments, and scientific paradigms. Those in power may have decided that the risks outweigh the benefits, keeping such knowledge restricted to a select few. This could explain why access is so heavily controlled, why satellite imagery is censored, and why official reports from expeditions are vague or contradictory. The notion that humanity must evolve or mature before it can confront Antarctica's secrets is both frustrating and fascinating. It implies that beneath the ice lies knowledge capable of transforming civilization itself. Until the time is right, or until the ice melts enough to reveal the truth, we may only glimpse fragments of this forbidden history, always left wondering what exactly they don't want us to know.